what's your company's unique selling point?
Unique selling point. We have many unique selling points. I would say our first and foremost is just the type of content that we're creating. We are live 8 hours a day. We produce content on finance, media, technology, all geared towards a younger demographic. Our sweet spot is 18 to 24. Our audience is affluent, make over $200,000 a year on average, highly educated, and they're young. So there's really nowhere else to find an audience like this. CNBC and Bloomberg are our competitors. We kind of view them as the companies that we don't want to be, because we make sure that our anchors are diverse. They're the ones speaking to our audience, and we want them to reflect the companies that our audience is using, the subscriptions that they have, and yeah, I mean that's our unique selling point, pretty much, that we are just we're filling the gap in the media landscape where there's really no information about technology geared towards a younger audience, and that's us.
So what's the main difference between OTT and addressable TV?
Addressable TV is basically just knowing who you're targeting and blasting that out across many different networks. OTT is a lot more niche in a way. Like, it's younger, you know who you're targeting. We don't do any sort of addressable TV advertising. Obviously, we're OTT primarily, so that's a mix between native advertising spots and integrated advertisements and spot house ads that the OTT systems are rolling. But it allows us to have even more viewability for our advertisers by giving them a roadblock. So if they're doing a native integration, they can buy pre-roll or mid-roll within the spots. So it's highly targeted, highly niche.
Definitely. Okay, so where is the market pressure coming from?
The market pressure is coming mostly from just our ability to measure audience data. I would say that that's a big one, and mostly because it hasn't really, there really aren't too many networks out there like us.
Mm-hmm.
We're on social, we're going to be on linear, we're going to be on OTT, we're on Zumo, so people are consuming our content pretty much everywhere. So the biggest issue is, how do you measure that audience cross-platform? And all of these disparate systems don't generally release a lot of their data information and viewership information. So how do you measure that? So we are now using Convergent, who CNBC uses to measure all of our audience. But that's really the market pressure. I would say, in terms of competition, there's no one doing exactly what we're doing. So we've filled that niche, and I think as long as we continue to innovate and move very quickly, no one will really be able to catch up with us.
Definitely. Do you think OTT, addressable TV, we've long entered into this sector, and now the industry is just struggling to get the terminology correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big theme with this roundtable was that it's all going to kind of blend together, and I think that's certainly happening already and will in the future. And I think the terminology will need to be streamlined, because I think it's way too complex and there are too many terms out there, and I think people just want to know who's watching their advertising and how to target them effectively.